button. All right, we're live on YouTube. This is Opening ExO Economy Core. This is the meeting where we all come together to share our updates, projects, and needs of what's going on around the ExO economy. You never know what you're going to get from week to week, but this week a lot of folks are focused on the final stages of migration from ExO's QT to ExO's Core, which has been an exciting roller coaster ride for everyone. So I think we'll get right into it. We have a limited amount of time and we'd like to get project updates out of the way. So if we could go first today with Eric, Nikki, and then Najib, I think that would be the best kickoff for everything. And then Kevin, why don't you go after Najib, and we'll get these first four out.
Okay, thanks, Kent. So good seeing everyone, and work continues with bringing the Exos token to market. I think, as everybody knows, thanks last week to Nikki for efforts with getting the web links going in conjunction with our Exos Core wallet for 1.0.20. And I know Anya's doing some good work with the FAQ document, also coordinating with all the teams there. We had a little meeting towards the end of last week. We need to have another meeting with the folks over at Novum. That's going to happen probably tomorrow. And I think most people know, and maybe Najib can talk more about this, about the wallet migration, getting off of the Exos QT wallet, right, onto Core and all this and that, right? So the upgrades are happening. From a documentation standpoint, I know that I'll be reaching out to Toby and the folks over at Novum to get some decentralized finance or DeFi content in the business overview document, which again is currently at 3.0 posted on our website, and then working with Kent and others on the technical overview doc as well as the light paper. And again, if you have any feedback or comments on any of those, we'll take those anytime, as they're still works in progress. And then lastly, from a core treasury standpoint, lots of funding happened last week. So we're kind of cycling through as many of the funding, whether they be through sway proposals or just through the core team. So the Treasury, like I said, funded a lot of initiatives last week. And then the last thing we talked about from a core Treasury standpoint was just rotating team members. Kevin, I know, has some additional thoughts he may be able to share with that, but we are thinking about rotating core treasury members on an ongoing basis. So we'll start probably, we'll rotate one in, we'll get that person up to speed, and then X amount of weeks or months later, we'll bring in another person. We'll just kind of, continue to just refresh or reflush, if you will, the core treasury. So those are my updates. Over to Nikki.
All right, thank you. The 30 doubling challenge is officially over. We had so much activity over the weekend. It's like, we need to do this more. And Jill goes, not yet. It has been a phenomenal challenge. I mean, on so many levels, it's like the best thing that's happened to us so far. Yet it has its challenges, and we're going to be doing a debrief and getting through what could be better and how we automate certain things and maybe turn this into something that we can cycle through, maybe on a quarterly basis or whatever. Sorry, Jill. I know it's still fresh, but she spent so many hours with data crunching, and I can't even tell you what the numbers are right now. All I can say is that there are over 50 winners of the 30 doubling challenge. So we achieved more than half of our goal, which was to get to 100. So it sounds kind of like an election, 51, 49, 52, whatever it is. But we learned so many things, and we had a dream team step in over the weekend that it brought new light to what we can be doing to expand this engagement proposal even further. So there were 5 of us that were going for the 31st doubling. And Angelo is the first to make it. He's our superstar. Angelo, thank you. He made the 31st doubling first with all 5 of his original participants. So what we did, the rest of us, because we were scrambling, people were dropping off the list and other people were jumping in and saying, hey, I can do this. And so we formed this team called Exos Angels. And it came from the names of 3 of the people on the team, and that's Angel, Angela, and Angelo. But as an angel group, we decided to pool our resources and as a collective, elevate everybody's leveraging assets and utilizing each other's resources and bringing people up to speed, so that we kind of nurtured another 15 people to come into that qualifying round. So we're going to have a discussion on how to measure that and how to account for that. but we activated more people in the community using the token and the wallet in the last weekend than we had in the last, I don't know, few weeks, because we were having people dropping off over a 30 to 60-day challenge. And so we found another little secret sauce. So we're going to take that forward and nurture that into something really big. So more on that coming up. But I also wanted to let you know that we have another event this week, and I'm sure everybody else can enhance. It's the sister economies coming together, but Salim will be speaking on Thursday night at the Bitcoin 2021 satellite event on social tokens. And so thank you, Cesar and Najib and everybody that's going to step up and speak at that event. We'll be doing some more promotion. It'll be live streamed, we hope. We're testing that today, and then we'll be sending out the links for that. We hired a couple of key individuals to take on the media and education for the ExO Economy. They're going to be stepping in, and we're going to do the strategic plan first, and then they'll start to do some of the execution. But we have the Academy underway. I've got my first samples of all the different data points that we have that we'll bring into the education piece. That includes clips, little snippets from the town halls, from the how-tos, the demo looms that Kevin's doing, and other ways that we've been able to educate people. And not only beef up the FAQs, which are fully searchable, which are allowed to link to documentation and videos, we're beefing that up so that it's really a centralized resource for all FAQs. But right now we're focusing on the wallet and the economy and getting people going in the community. And then lastly, we are talking with IT Labs, who's going to bring us a platform to play with. We're going to basically test drive the education platform. And we're also going to introduce them to the new API. Thank you. The marketing API, marketplace API that can allow us to go out to the public and start to hire people for the roles that the community has yet to fulfill. So it's an exciting week and an exciting time. And here we go. Najib, next.
Thank you. Well, first I will start just to give thanks to everyone that, had been not only working on the doubling. This month was, I would say, extraordinary. We have the two big events. I would say one of them was planned a while ago, that it was the migration, but the migration never had an end date. But like everything, if you don't put a due date, it's never going to happen. And we know, for all of you guys that are listening, is we one more time confirmed that 95% of the people do everything on the last day, at the last minute, at the last moment. We have done, I think, 5 events, and it happened this time again. We have an avalanche of people jumping yesterday, even that it was holiday in the US. Everyone was jumping because they don't want to lose the token. That's very important. But I will take this opportunity to do, show some numbers, what is happening, and explain them because they are public. And beyond that, the most important, the message for everyone that is listening is, even if the QT go down, I will explain what it means go down, because that's the question that I'm more receiving for these days. It is what is going to happen for that people. I want to be very clear. It was on all over the channels yesterday. I want, if you know everyone that is in the same situation, explain it. You are not going to lose your token. That's the most important message here. The fact that it's going to be down does not mean that you're not going to lose. What we had right now until now, the opportunity is to you to transfer those tokens very simple from one wallet to the other one. Now, if once it go down, that part is not going to be that simple, but you still can recover your tokens or transfer them out of your QT. There are 2 fundamental things, and Ken and everyone has been explaining. The most important is that you still have the wallet.dat file, and 2, that you remember your password. During the weekend, I faced a few people that they finally were able to find a backup, but they don't recall the password. Then they are asking us to recover. Is no way, no one from, not even from EXO or anyone, will be able to do that, except there are an exception. Yeah, you can spend quite amount of money on cloud resources to do what we call force brood, forcing it there. And that does not guarantee. And if you have a password that is maybe 10, 12 characters, you may spend years and quite amount of money to record those tokens, and it's no guarantee. Then it's not much that we can do. And I'm sorry to give those ones that are facing that situation at this moment, but that's the reality. And I just don't want to create false expectations on that part. I just want to share my screen here and just let me know when you see it. This is what happened. These are the numbers for the last 30 days. This is for May. I will just show May first and I will go. This is only happening on this node. This is called the stat nodes. But have you seen in the last 30 days, this include even at the beginning of May that we did not have a lot of migration, but you see here, the big ping is on the new wallet and even all of this one. But you see that at the beginning, we still have considerable amount of tokens on all wallet. But what is more exciting for me, it is seeing the increase in number of peers, means a long number of connections. But this is what it really makes us happy, makes any investor happy, and any on the crypto community, is to see the number of transactions per block increasing for whatever reason. It could be the doubling, it could be that everybody's moving the tokens out. This is what we need to keep doing. This is what wherever anyone that is in a blockchain world is the first thing that you want to see. How many transactions per block you are having. If you notice that this start to increase and is heavily, we haven't seen this one for a while, means it's something that we are doing okay. We have more engagement. That is super important. It's super key. But the engagement always come and is reflected here. This is a public information. This is a public blockchain. Everyone can come and see it here. If they don't trust on this information that we are evaluating from getting it from the blockchain, they can go directly to the blockchain and they will get this information. This is extremely good. What we need, and we have been working and seeing, is, of course, the network weight. For everyone that is listening, network weight is the amount of tokens that combined the entire wallet are staking. Meaning at this moment we had a low here, but if you remove this one, I would say the floor has been 3 million, but we are reaching here 6-7 million. The target is among all of us, expose those tokens, stake, protect the network, participate there, is to reach 10 to 12 million of those tokens. Then these two measure directly the use of the blockchain and the engagement, without just to go to Nikki or anyone, everyone can come here, and this is the reflection of what we are doing. I just want to give I'm very excited because when I will start to see this one is a lot. I just want to be sure that everyone is able to understand what it means on these numbers, because everyone can go at any moment and see it. Now, let's go into what happened. I'm going to go first because Kevin brought the topic that is about the port and the router. And it is that for you or anyone to do a staking, you don't need to map those ones. But what happens if you map and what happens if you don't map? The fact that you can map it does not mean that you are getting connection or not. The fact that you may not be connecting or not getting at all connection, that's an issue. Because basically, if you don't have map the router on that port, basically you can have outbound connection, means your wallet will be connecting to all nodes out there. If you have mapped that router port, basically what you are letting the rest of the world is the other nodes to connect and find you. That's the two differences. But however, you can find them. It's better if you can find them and they can find you, because it will be a faster propagating around the network. And then the only thing that, I make aware everyone is what happens if I don't have. If you are competing to make a block, it really makes sense there, because what you want is that everyone to know that you stake a block, because you can stake a block at the same time that someone else is doing it too. Remember, even that you have the same amount, and you can have it, that situation. But whoever propagates the block faster, they are going to give the reward, because there are going to be more nodes notifying that, hey, we already have a winner. Then it may slightly make the difference. It's not that much, because it is a high probability, a small probability that happen, but it could happen. Remember, it's a lot of probabilities here. But for you to stake, for example, if you have 3 computers, because I will put an example, and 3 computers are in your network, 10 computers, basically with the same IP address, and most of the internet providers, they only give you one public IP address, then you only will be able to map one computer to that port. The other ones still will work, and it still will produce exactly the same amount of number of blocks if they have, similar situation. Remember, no two wallets are the same because the UTXO are different. I don't want to go too deep into that, but I just want to be sure that, yes, if you don't have connection, yeah, that is something that we need to address. We are looking into those people, and most likely we want to know where they are located. And we are trying to see if the seeders is who provide, who are the other nodes in the network to propagate it. Then I just want to be sure that it is not working there.
Hey there, Najib. I want you to help me out a little bit, please. I want to kind of summarize that last thing you said. So basically you're saying people who are having trouble getting their node connections might be running more than one computer with a wallet on the same network. Is that what you said?
No, what I'm saying is if you can run more than one computer on the same network with no issue, not even mapping or no mapping the port.
Okay, so no problem if you want. No, okay, so no problem if you want. Now, what about the folks who, so there's another issue where for really the first time that I've heard it too much, a lot of people are being asked to open up ports on their router. And I don't remember having to do that previously. So what's kind of going on there with the new wallet?
Yeah, no, but that doesn't make the difference with the new on the old wallet. I run, like you are aware, I run multiple nodes to run the testing and all those. I have one node that I have, it's called inbound. If I have inbound connection, it's because I have mapped my IP. I only have one IP. My vendor, my internet provider only provide me one. And I run testing in some other node. But the one node that I have my inbound, I have 100 nodes connected. It's very outstanding because I have it for long period of time. I could say months and months. Then the entire network see that I'm a reliable connection. Remember, here the reliable is very important. If you see that you on and off, the rest of the nodes start to see that like a not good agent. It could be something weird. Then the first thing when they see it, on and off connections, the other nodes ban you for a small period of time. If you continue doing, they say this is not something that we like, and they do it on their own. It's their own way to protect their own nodes. But in my case, it's alone. They say, oh, this is a reliable, and then I see at the same time that I have opened my node provide to the rest of the network maybe 10 to 15 gigabytes of data to all nodes per day. But that's the trade-off. I know I'm aware of that. And this moment I trigger off all my caps on with my vendor. I went like almost 2 terabytes of data. It's very unusual, but I want to explain what is going on. If you want more connections, that's what is the price. But my node has 100 connections. My node pretty much know the entire network or more. Then, but that's not meaning that the other node that I have right beside that you only have outbound connection, it is exactly the same. You see the old ones, it can make a staking. Then, not be concerned that it is a concern. I want to be very clear about what is specific. If you don't have outbound connections, yes, we are looking for those problems because we suspect that eventually in some network, in some part of the world, not everyone is facing the same. The seeders, we have 4 seeders to cover the entire network, and they are located in different vendors in different continents to try to have a reach globally, and to be very close to those one and give the nodes. And then we are not discarding that it could be that one of those seeders is not providing the information, but not everyone. Those ones, yeah, more likely we are inviting everyone just to even can post there the message on Discord, and that's everyone learning. I just want to be very grateful for everyone. I know that I don't want to sound rude. I stop my direct messages, WhatsApp, and anyone, because what we have found, especially in a hard way, is that people is engaging more. People that I'm super happy seeing people from 3-4 years ago engaging not only with me, but ending being in Discord. That it makes like 10 times maybe happier because they are right now in Discord. We need more people in Discord. And now they want to participate back in the project. That for us. And the push was a simple message. Just please go join Discord, and that's it. More people can learn from your question. It's the same question, and it's the same question with the same answer. And I have seen thanks to you jumping in there, answering for those one. It's not only one. This is a multiplier. And again, I can take one call per hour, but that person being there is answering 10 people. Then it has been an excellent, and I think that's the way that it should be. And more and more of those questions are being answered from you. And again, there are exceptions, and those exceptions we are more than happy to take it and to move to the next level. What is next? That's an I wrap up because I think too long. The next is we are on the path to release 21. The path to release 21 is already done. We are testing. We are just pending for the final release on the answer the link for each of the questions that we are going to release. Now it's going to be a tab with information. And that's very good. It's already there. And then the next release 22 is some previews of what we are doing. But we are on path on that releases too. Then I just want to be sure that one more last thing is, and I don't know, maybe Nikio is a need. People have been making comment, and it's very, very valid. It is that we should, at least if we are promoting that much Discord or Telegram or any other channel has a way to provide support, that on people is landing to the economy.openexo.com, and they made me the comment that the first thing that they were looking is that we are not promoting those channels there. Like we should say, for immediate support or better support, go to Discord or go to Telegram. And I went, and it's true. We should just be more direct, because people need a direct message of where to find us. And we know how to find it, but we are, inner circle, I would say. It's just very direct, because people say, I land there, but I couldn't find that. I need to go to Discord. Like we need to just to direct people there. That's it. I don't know. Many more questions?
Well, let's keep going through project updates. If you do have something that you need answered, we'll go there. I think the big message there is for your first line support, please do go to Discord. There are a lot of people that will try to help you in a number of ways if you get stuck and just can't get it done. And we're all pitching in and trying to help. And I'd also sort of plus one to thank you for that. We know it's a lot of work, but it's a finite amount of work, and we will get through it. So thank you for that. Thank you, Najib. Over to you, Kevin.
Cool. So on my side, yes, spending time helping community to get engaged, and then just a reminder that for those who have received grants of Exos, we have made active the grant procedure, which does require those that have received grants to post monthly updates. We have had our first monthly update posted from Ken Merkel, and we hopefully will have some more. I will be pinging those people separately to remind them that we really want updates. And the main reason for that is we want people to know what's going on. We want people to be asking more questions, to be saying, how do I do this as well? Getting more active, and we also want people using the Exos. We want those transactions that Najib was talking about, right? We want to see the number of transactions going up. So we don't want people receiving grants of Exos and then just hodling their Exos. The aim here is that we are using those Exos in our marketplace and beyond in order to actually get those projects off the ground and running. So that's my main update. Eric did speak about in terms of the treasury. We are just 5 servants from the community, as I put it on our weekly call. We don't really have any power in that we just execute. We don't decide. The community decides what's going to be funded, and we are just executing that. We currently 5 of us. We have a multi-signature wallet, and essentially when something is approved, we then fund that. And we want more people to be able to get involved. And so the idea of being able to rotate people in to the core treasury to view, and then to actually become an approving member, I guess, or whatever, being able to actually approve transactions. We require three signatures on every transaction. And so looking to get more people involved is something, it's not an urgent thing that we want to do. Everyone who's currently in the Treasury no one's saying they want out tomorrow. So, but you know, we do want to have a mechanism ready so that we can actually do that. We can allow more folks from the community to participate. And I think that's everything from my side. Kent, you're muted.
You also have to decide, but you know, people think like I'd like to rotate every 3 months, but that actually comes up pretty fast. So really having those appointments for something like a 6-month period makes a lot of sense. That way it's not too frequent, because you got to make wallets and it's not.
No, exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
it's quite challenging, you know, so anyways, that's amazing. Congratulations overall on the evolution of this piece of the management of our somewhat emergent distributed autonomous organization. And I'm really happy to hear that. That's great news. Let's see. So next, I'd like to see a raise of hand. Do you have project updates? Vanessa, I know you got pushed off the end of the call last week. Do you want to give us some Vanessa Powell, how are things going out there in social and other?
Yes. Well, thanks to the Total 30 Doubling Challenge, our Discord went up 36 new users in the past week. Because people were like working to get those tokens. So, and the other channel that grew as well was the Open EXO community has 31 new members. So growing in all the channels. Other ones, they don't have that many double digits numbers, but they're still growing. Working on the event that I share on the chat that is happening on Thursday, and that is going to be a success. We have a plan on how to get more people on Discord. So I created a QR code that it would take people straight to the Discord group. I think that is the easiest way for them to install the application on their phones, and we're gonna do on different occasions the make it rain. So getting people engaged there. Looking forward for that event on Thursday. And I wasn't here at the meeting last week, but I did watch the video on the YouTube channel. It moved me so much what Jaroslav shared about the member. That was the one that received the training, the certification training that I sponsored. So
yeah,
that was very, very nice.
That's
really,
fantastic.
really moving.
Do you have a link to it? Is there any kind of link we can share in the I mean, the YouTube chat? People might not know what we're referencing. So if there's a link to any kind of a video or recording, yes, that'd be great. I'll post it over there, because I also found it quite moving and was quite happy about that.
Definitely. I will share it in a second for sure.
I'll just insert really quickly. One of the reasons we made this whole thing in the very, very beginning was so that more people could have more opportunities, whether they were in the traditional financial system or outside of the traditional financial system, as Exos are as part of a larger community, using effectively a complementary currency amongst one another. And that was absolute proof that it works. And we just need to keep doing more of it. So it was, thank you, Vanessa, for making that happen. Really grateful for that.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
All right, next hand. Anybody got a hand up? They want to share project updates? Anything?
I can share, Ken.
Go for it, Cesar.
Let me share the screen because you haven't seen it. Everything for this week is being published. 1 second. Is anybody else? Was not sharing. Okay, the sharing now. So everything that is going on this week is already published in the Open EXO event. So just to summarize, we have the satellite Bitcoin 2021 event that is called Decentralization. This event is running all week and is organized by IIT. Scarlett and Jorge, we are also a member of our committee, are running this event. And then on Thursday, we have our social talking event. So we will start with talking about Rutanio. Then we will have the main presentation about the emerging economy transforming the world, the ExO Economy. We will have a panel to talk about social and community tokens. Then we will provide some examples of use cases of both Rutanios and Exos. And then we have the EXO Social Token Grant Award. So these are the 5 local institutions there: Social Aim, TechX Miami, Miami DAO, this small here, I can't remember, Mindful Kids, and then we have this other organization that is Social Impact Movement, that they are all receiving 10,000 Exos, 100 Rutas. And we have already 5 people from the community who applied to be mentors of this organization. And that program to mentor this organization to use the tokens will start next week. That will be or is being led by Karina, which has been helping a lot. In the use cases, so Najib will be presenting. So thank you, Najib. Vanessa will be presenting the OpenExo platform as well. So thanks, Vanessa, for stepping up. And then we have some use cases from Rutas as well. So that's all that's going on, and we hope everything is good. The event is an hybrid event. However, we still need to finalize some testing with the audio to make sure that we are able to get good quality audio to broadcast everything everywhere in our social channels and our social platforms and video platforms and all that. That testing is going on this week, and Kevin, Vanessa, Najib, thanks for helping with that as well. So keep your finger crossed and let's make the best of it. Let's awesome. We have then the other thing is we have already, it's sold out. However, it's 250 people in person. The event is sold out. However, we are in the Miami lab, so there is a garden there. So what Jorge and Scarlett decide to do is to keep the tickets going on. So, and then if we have overloaded, we will move people into the garden, and we are getting some extra food and some extra drinks just in case we are overloaded. That's awesome. So that's the plan.
That's going to be fun. I'm going to drop a couple of quick updates before I ask for another raised hand. One thing you've heard mention of tokens, marketplaces, increased transactions, all kinds of things today. And this is the OpenExo marketplace. And just picking any one example, nothing pre-planned here. This is someone who's using some Exos and saying it's a honorarium for a speaker to discuss deploying exponential attributes for an insurance company. So this marketplace is live, it's active, it's really starting to grow in activity, not only in Exos, but also Exos dollars and other tokens. We'll be adding a number of new tokens in there over time. This is something not to announce yet, but to look forward to. And then I just wanted to say, because this happened last Friday or Monday, I'm sorry, it was one of the days last week, this marketplace has had its APIs opened up to the world. Now it's in beta, you have to request access right now, but the marketplace opportunities APIs are really exciting in particular, because now you can see here on the API documentation, which anybody can get to by just going to openexo.com/dev. I'll post the link in the YouTube chat and other places. The Circles API was already live, and the Events API, Cesar was showing a screen with a bunch of cards about events coming up. Those get there by using this API. Our own code on our own website is the reference application that's published on GitHub for that. We'll be doing the same with the marketplace. So the team is already working on a front end for the Events API to the platform for the main website, which is really exciting. And then that app will be published as a reference application. So I wanted to mention that today. It's been a monumental task for the team to get to this level, and we already have a number of applicants to use the API. So I'm really excited about that in its beta period. So that's really cool news. And let's see, next, anybody got a hand up out there? Needs to do some updates.
Do an update. I'll do an
Okay, Lisa.
So I tallied up the votes from the community, and I'll just put them up in so if people are curious. And this is for the title of the second version. So from here, we'll take the top numbers. And so in case people, I put a lot of people put different suggestions as well. So in case people are curious, there are some new titles and some new taglines. But you could see who the ones at the top are. So did that. I've been going through GitHub through the EXO toolkit. There's a lot of good content in there, and then working on a template script for the new course, going still through the main document. I'm going to meet with Salim today, so hopefully we will get through more of the content. I'm trying to get the taglines in, but yes.
Are you meaning to share your screen or just?
Oh no, I just put it in the chat. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's fine. Let me see. Okay. All right. Well, we'll watch. Oh, I see. There's a big long list of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's some numbers at the top, like how many.
Okay. All right. So, okay. Wow. Okay. That's interesting. Some interesting suggestions in there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to post that one over to the YouTube channel. It wouldn't make any sense, nor would it fit in the 200 characters that I get for a chat message. So, Lisa, are we still looking pretty good in terms of timing overall on book V2 or whatever it shall be called coming out later this year?
It's definitely going to come out later this year. I'm just, I'm on the August, September. We'll see, but yes.
Still looking at the Q3 dates. So
yes.
I call them the Q3 dates. Okay, great. And I just want to remind anybody who's watching this and maybe just heard this update about books for the first time is this is Exponential Organizations, the book that came out in 2014-15, coming out with a second edition later this year that was written, crowdsourced by dozens and dozens of members of our own OpenEXO community and in a public event venue. So we all got together publicly, worked on the book together, broke up into sections, produced the book, hundreds and hundreds of pages of book that is now going through what I would call developmental editing to turn it into the final book with the co-authors Salim Ismail and Peter Diamandis. So very, very exciting development for the OpenEXO community in general. And, the course updates, all kinds of wonderful things are going to be coming along with this. So
yes.
Any other hands up? We are at 46 after the hour. Toby.
Hi.
Did you raise your hand? Hey.
So yeah, no, lots of progress as always. So pleased to hear the update Naib, and I think the Wexo's tech team, we were catching up ahead of this call as well, and obviously the usual sort of 2-step forward, 1 step back of product development, but it's just all putting together the dashboard and how they sync up. So we've just been discussing that, but it all seems relatively in hand. And obviously Kent, I and Anya will be discussing a tokenomic model over the next few weeks, and I think it will involve getting Salim into a room to brainstorm, and then it's been super like watching the whole Salim in Dubai media operation and what we're capable of, and the Discord group taking off and everything. I think we should all go look. There's a number of areas where we've massively improved as a group, right? So.
Yeah, that's a good point you bring up, Toby. For everybody that does know, we were just in Dubai. Salim was in Dubai for several days at AIBC, and we had 3 presentation slots, or he did. He had 3 presentation slots on the stage to discuss OpenEXO, Exos, and met with an enormous number of very interesting people while he was there. This this of course lets the world know, which has kind of been the part of all of this, letting the world know now that we're here, that we've done this, that we're headed toward a DeFi space. And then on the token economics or tokenomics modeling, what we're modeling is that interface between Ethereum, Uniswap, and the Exos blockchain. Because as soon as you do that, as soon as you connect to these chains in this way, everything changes. And so the existing tokenomics of the Exos blockchain don't necessarily change, but the tokenomics of the overall economy ecosystem can change substantially. So I think, Toby, just a couple of little points around that were really good.
Amazing. And I heard, obviously, Eric, I'll be catching up with you tomorrow at some stage. Feel free to sync with Anya. She has my calendar, and we can just get.
I sent. As a proxy for Anya, she was in contact with me over the weekend, requested some information. I sent all that over, and I know that she's produced some stuff that I haven't had a chance yet to review this morning, but will next available time slot. So
so that may all be in hand with even now without my interaction. And Kent and I will be catching up, and I just brought up with Salim, and he seems super pumped as well after Dubai. And going into Miami, I think it all bodes very, very well. So.
Yeah, no, there's lots of great things moving. All right, next, anybody else got a hand up? Needs to do some updates, ask questions, you're blocked on something? Yaroslav, I always love your updates. You got anything out there today, or?
I have no big updates today, Kent.
Okay, no
things
worries.
are progressing very well. We just started Spanish, English cohorts last week. There is overall kind of continued satisfaction with the marketplace. And we're seeing a lot of activity on the Exos, people signing up with Exos, paying with Exos. So that's just kind of generic updates, but nothing specific or new.
Hey, did that EXO Foundations in Portuguese, did that launch? I didn't hear.
I think not yet.
Not yet. Okay, no problem. Just looking forward to that one because I want to tell all my Brazilian friends. So, okay, great.
And we'll keep you updated. It should happen in the next week or so, but we'll keep you updated. Portuguese.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Joe. All right, well, listen, I think if nobody else has any updates, questions, or announcements, then we've got a pretty comprehensive set of updates that have gone through here in today's call. So I'll do last call now. Does anybody have anything stuck, blocked, need to make an announcement?
Me.
Anything else? Oh, who was that? Go, Angelo.
Yeah, that was one. That's fine. Well, thank you very much for all of the information. It was amazing again. And from my side, I just want to let you know that we are continuously working on the information that we are receiving from the community, because there's a lot of information that we need to analyze and discuss and find new and better way to keep the engagement inside the community. And also we made the angel, which is beautiful. These guys are just rocking. They are so motivated. They are just moving forward. Angela and Angel Milev, they are just, thank you very much for being part of the community, because you are just always progressing in everything. And on the side of the academy, we are continuously thinking in the best way to give you the information and also share with you all the knowledge related to this beautiful crypto world. And we're still thinking about it. We're still planning. We are defining some topics. We are also looking for people inside the community who know better than us about blockchain, DeFi, maybe programming, and also DAO, because I think most of us need to know how to deal with a DAO. The DAO is a huge institution, and it's a very clever way to understand the world forward. On the side of the projects update, I have been building with the team about the English for social change. Basically, it's a program that we are trying to provide for rural communities in Latin America. Most of the team is working in improvement to how to set up and also connect with institution, and we are working on it. And last thing, and I would like to know how can I be part of the treasury. I would like to zoom in that side. and I would like to be part of it. And also I am talking with Gerald Lab about kind of idea related to the certification for certificate, not certification, that every coach, every training, and everyone who was certified by the OpenExo community can have access to be backup by the community too, you know, because sometimes, as like me, that I own a language school, but I don't have a training school, which is difficult for me to reach a deal with a university, you know. And they asked me, what about the certification? Can I get the certification from OpenExo? And well, let me ask, and we are finding the way and looking for the best way to put that to work for everybody. But it's a conversation right now. We're discussing some idea with Anastasia and Jaroslav, and maybe that give us some possibilities for work with work and also put to work your certification, you know, and backed by the community, which is perfect. If we can do that, consider that the quantity of ambassador, the quantity of consultant, the quantity of coaches or training, that they are just working in personal, you know, and they need a backup for certificate their training. If we can provide that, will be awesome. Because me and a friend of mine who is a coach too, we are facing an opportunity with a university who is giving us the chance to do EXO courses. And we consider that that opportunity that's very good for us, but how we can certify that, you know, as me, maybe they don't believe me because
well, Yaroslav has there's a literal program for that. So you just need to work with Yaroslav and he can help you work your way through that process. And there are other people in our community that are already doing university level training on the EXO model as well. So there's a ton of good stuff moving there, and there will be much more. So super happy to hear that. I just want to pass one message in, and this will be the last thing, then we'll be out today. I was watching the YouTube chat, and I try to move any messages back and forth or updates. And Angela has just said that she wants to acknowledge the Doubling Challenge core team, coaches, and the EXO or X Angels and participants that have worked so hard over the last week and weekend and for the duration. I will extend that for the duration of the Doubling Challenge. It is literally one of the most successful things we've ever done collectively as a community to drive engagement in the EXO economy, and that will reverberate for a long time to come, and that's the point. That's the goal. So I can't wait to see what some people do with those EXOs, hopefully in the marketplace. So fantastic. And with that, we are going to call it at this point for the meeting. Thank you so much, everybody. Go have chats in Discord, on the platform, in Telegram. In between these calls, there's no need to wait a week. We just do this every week to make sure everybody has this anchor point of where they can share what's going on. So have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are, and I will see you soon, I'm sure. Bye.